Back to Crystal Mommy Kyrie Irving, folks. Crystal Mommy Kyrie Irving. He won't be playing until he gets the COVID vaccine. Let's watch. Wait, let's check in with our boy, okay?
Over vaccines. The governor of Texas banning mandates in his state, and the Brooklyn Nets banning star guard Kyrie Irving from the team unless he gets vaccinated. Stephanie Ramos is live at the Nets home arena in Brooklyn. Good morning, Stephanie.
Robin, good morning. Many people here in New York are opting to walk away from their employer because they don't want to get the COVID vaccine. NBA star Kyrie Irving is now a part of that group. And with just 1 week to go until the start of the regular NBA season, it's unclear when he'll play at Barclays again.
Irving, oh, he's a machine!
This morning, the Brooklyn Nets losing one of their stars, NBA player Kyrie Irving. The Nets announcing Irving will not play or practice with the team until he gets the COVID vaccine.
Kyrie's made it clear that he has a choice in this matter, and it's ultimately going to be up to him what he decides. You know, we respect the fact that he has a choice.
The 7-time All-Star talking about his vaccination status a week and a half ago.
Honestly, I like to keep that stuff private. I just would love to just keep that private.
I love that they're like, we respect the fact that he has a choice, you know, to not work in the fucking field, like to just to no longer be an NBA basketball player. Like that is the choice, which by the way, I'm fully in support of. Just get the fucking vaccine, dumbass. What's wrong with you? I mean, part of it is literally you're an asset, right? Like, this is a public health initiative, a public health measure, so I don't have an issue with it. But part of it is because he is an incredibly important asset in a multi-billion-dollar industry. He's a multi-million-dollar asset. And, of course, the company wants to protect the asset. Make sure that he's not, like, decommissioned because he got COVID. How can they tell if he's vaxxed? I also have the same feeling. Just get vaxxed. Wouldn't they be asking to break HIPAA laws? No.
And handle it the right way with my team.
The NBA does not have a vaccine mandate for players, but New York City's COVID vaccine mandate requires a person to prove they have at least one COVID vaccine shot to enter indoor gyms, including Barclays Center, the home of the Nets. Initially, Irving was going to sit out home games only, but the team deciding he would.
They said that Kyrie's upset that people are losing their jobs, not because he's anti-vax, but he's keeping it private for some reason. Bro, he's a literal fucking flat earther, okay? He's a flat earther. He's a crystal mommy. Like, he sages the court. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff because that stuff is innocent. But when you're literally openly fucking being like, yeah, I will throw away millions of dollars just to be the fucking hero of the anti-vaxxer movement, you're a complete dumbass. Like, the tangible impacts of taking such a brave and courageous stance against a public health measure, okay, is that other people are going to look to you and be like, yeah, that's actually great. People look up to him. People look up to him. He wants to be a voice for the voiceless for the dumbest shit. Be a voice for the voiceless for important shit instead. How about that? And not like the one instance where the government is actually fucking doing this, still in their own material interests, obviously, but looking out for the people in this way because it happens to align with restarting the economy and ensuring that like millions of people don't fucking die of a preventable disease that we have a fucking vaccine for. Mind-boggling stuff. I swear to God. Kyrie Irving being a flat earther isn't innocent because kids look up to him. That's silly. You're silly. I think everyone is allowed to have like dumbass fucking opinions on shit as long as those dumbass opinions aren't like rooted within really fucking harmful and horrifyingly reactionary ideas like that tie back to white supremacist ideology. Now, people will say flat earthers have anti-Semitism at the heart of their conspiracies, and that is true, but you got to go many layers deep Like the first layer is just, you know, you're fucking flat earth, you're anti-science, all that shit. It's whatever. It's like stupid. It's silly. You really got the burr slurps types ass. If you want me to give you some licks and dicks, call 911. I will tie your legs together so I can eat the burr. Dude, what the fuck? Yo. Why should we be okay with people being stupid? A lot of people are stupid. Everyone is stupid, especially when it comes to like a specific thing, you know what I mean? Like a conspiracy theory or something.
Wouldn't play at all.
We are going to have to for sure play without him this year.
According to the Washington Post, this can cost Irving more than $16 million in fines. And in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott signing an executive order banning all state entities requiring a COVID-19 vaccination from anyone who rejects it based on a religious belief or for medical reasons, including prior recovery from COVID. The governor adding, COVID-19 vaccines are strongly encouraged for those eligible to receive one, but must always be voluntary for Texans. Fort Worth-based American Airlines and Dallas-based Southwest Airlines refusing to follow the governor's order. Americans saying, we believe the federal vaccine mandate supersedes any conflicting state.
Bro, he's literally giving light to anti-Semitic rhetoric before, just FYI. Wait, really? Yeah. Well, you got to see the direct relationship between flat earth and anti-vax, right? Once you believe the global scientific community faked all rocket launches, you can believe anything. Genuine question from ignorance. Why would that differ from my body, my choice? Great question, especially if it's a genuine one. My body, my choice refers to what women can and can't do with respect to carrying a pregnancy to term. Pregnancies are, as far as we know, not communicable diseases. They're not contagious. However, COVID is, right? So in an effort to deal with a pandemic of a viral disease that spreads through your airways, okay, the best possible thing to do when there is a vaccine is to reach herd immunity as quickly as possible. Like, getting an abortion is not a contagious act. Getting COVID and spreading it and also suffering the worst consequences of COVID is. So my body, my choice, unfortunately, does not work when it comes to spreading COVID. Now, COVID is an airborne virus that has killed 700,000 plus in this country. Yeah, exactly. The slippery slope is real. In this case, I have a paper on this. What do you mean? The slippery slope of what? Abortions being contagious? Please explain yourself. They are harmful. Jesus, what? What are you saying? No, lol. Flat Earth or the anti-vax QAnon is a loop. Not many exceptions. I can see that. Now, I don't even know if we will ever be able to reach herd immunity, for the record, especially with the Delta variant. I don't know if that's even a possibility. I don't know if that'll ever be a possibility in the United States of America, since we have so many hogs that refuse to get it, right? Even if we solved all the logistical hurdles. Having said that, though, even if herd immunity is now an impossibility, one thing that we are trying to do here is to not exhaust our already crippled hospital systems, specifically in urban areas where there are not a lot of hospitals and that hospitals can't meet the demand necessary to offer healthcare to every single individual that needs it in rural areas. Okay? That's a huge problem. So the vaccine, oh, did I say urban? I meant rural. Sorry. So herd immunity was never a possibility. That's not true. Herd immunity originally was a possibility. The problem is when you don't get the vaccine, you unfortunately can get COVID and then take up hospital space. Okay? And in a lot of these places, hospitals don't have space. No ICU capabilities, no nursing staff capabilities. We're just exhausting an entire generation of nurses and doctors for no particular good reason, other than the fact that people simply mistrust this vaccine as a consequence of misinformation kicked into overdrive by capitalist for-profit mediums that make a lot of money spreading that misinformation and serving you ads for it, i.e. Facebook. You work at the hospital? No, I do not. I am a Twitch streamer. But if your argument is that how can you know what goes on in a hospital if you don't work in one? Well, I wasn't alive during World War II, but, I've read a lot about it. So you don't really need to, be in a hospital to know about things. There's such a concept called reading, and that's one way. I also know nurses and doctors as well. Some of them in this community. I don't know why everybody's like hitting the F button in the chat right now. I don't know if the stream died for them or not, but my wife is a PA in a hospital and I can say the doctors and other staff are in fact getting burnt out at a rapid pace. Yeah. Anyway, so that's where we're at with Brooklyn Nets Kyrie Irving.
And this does not change anything for American. And Southwest adding, we would be expected to comply with the president's order to remain compliant as a federal contractor. Officials now turning their focus to vaccines for kids. The White House telling governors to be prepared to vaccinate elementary age kids in early November in anticipation of the FDA's green light.
As for the future of boosters, the FDA has reviewed Moderna's application for the extra dose, but they have not taken a position. Right now, there may not be sufficient data to support the extra doses. But the FDA is scheduled to meet this Thursday and Friday to talk about boosters for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson.
And Stephanie, who do we expect to be eligible for those booster shots?
Well, once those boosters are approved, Robin, the same group that is eligible to take Pfizer's third dose will be able to take these. So those who are 65 and older, immunocompromised, and those at higher risk of exposure to COVID. Robin.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. Well, hey there, GMA fans.